And our stock of the day is BHP. It has revised its offer for Oz Minerals to $9.6 billion, upping the bid from $25 a share to $28.25. And Oz Minerals saying it looks forward to working with BHP to progress the revised proposal. So that does represent a huge premium on the previous offer there. So how does that place BHP going forward, taking that into account, given Oz Minerals and its play in copper in particular, but also nickel? Henry, was this worth it? How do you rate the deal, just in terms of what it's paying?
Well, I think, Andrew, this is a hot chocolate song at the moment. Everyone's a winner, baby. That's the truth. And to be honest, it does appear that everyone is a winner out of this deal. It's unusual, I've got to say, for the bidder to bid against itself, because there certainly wasn't anybody else that was likely to come over the top of the $25 bid and bid for Oz Minerals. It makes perfect sense for BHP to be the owner of these assets. The Oz Minerals board should be congratulated for getting BHP up in terms of the share price, especially as Mike Henry spent most of his time telling everyone he was very disciplined and wasn't going to pay up, and we're happy to be patient, etc. Not obviously that happy to be patient, but this puts together the Olympic Dam and Prominent Hill and Carrapateena all under one sense of ownership. Interesting, I guess, is that the Oz Mineral price is still below the bid price. That does take into account the time value, I guess, because they're looking at a 6-month conclusion to this. So there's probably $1 in this for people who are prepared to wait the 6 months, get that extra $1. But certainly it's a good deal for BHP. It does stamp their credentials as far as nickel and copper goes. It does bring about that sort of aggregation of that district now into a seriously big mining area in South Australia with Carrapateena, Prominent Hill and Olympic Dam. Gives them lots of optionality. They're the only guys really that could afford or would really want to pay these kind of prices. Some people would say that maybe they paid a little bit too much. Others say they may have got a bargain. I think it's a strategic buy for BHP. It is, at the end of the day, the billion extra they paid is just money they found down the back of the sofa, to be honest. They're throwing out so much cash at the moment. So good deal for both. You'll have to wait as an Oz Mineral shareholder to get your 28.25. There's no FIRB things to worry about. There's probably no ACCC things to worry about either. That's the beauty sometimes of the mining takeover. So yes, good for both. Everyone's a winner, babe. That's for sure.
All right. So what do you do with the stock, though? Would you simply be holding it, or with a look to the future? What's your view on it?
Well, if you, I still like BHP. Clearly, it's the quality miner. I think you hold that stock. I don't know if I'll be buying up here. You wait for the weekdays. And Oz Minerals, there's about $1 upside in that one. So if you really want your 3.5% for the 6 months, annualize that to 7%. There's probably better ways and easier ways to play that. And you've got to factor in the cost of money, but that's a buy.
Good one. Rudi.
I'm going to show my age here.
Yeah.
I believe in miracles. Where are you from, you sexy thing?
There you go.
That is a further reference to hot chocolate for those who are too young to know.
You're not showing your age.
Henry, who else knows hot chocolate here?
Yeah. All right.
Anyway, Henry made I'm not going to add to Henry. Henry sort of put the case together. I think the compliment to make here is that, again, showing my age, I still remember when BHP did a bid for Rio at the exact top of the previous cycle, and they're definitely not doing that now. I mean, copper price is much lower. It has come off quite a lot. Longer term prospects would appear very, very promising, but not in the immediate time. So they no doubt would have a 10 to 20 year view on the transaction that they're pulling together here. And then whatever you pay now has to be worth it over a very long time in the future. And that's a compliment for BHP, how they're thinking. Now, coming back to the core, eternal question, should you have BHP in your portfolio? For most fund managers, given this is 11.5% of the index.
It's a bit unavoidable, isn't it?
It's never been asked.
Yeah.
Careers are going and or not with that decision. For the retail investor, big decision to make. I mean, the share price has gone between $13 and $50 over the past decade. That's a big difference. It's now 44 or something, which is much close to the peak. I think if you own it here, you wouldn't necessarily get rid of it because it also pays a big dividend. I wouldn't be chasing it here. As I indicated earlier, I think next 6 months ahead could be quite volatile and challenging. If you're patient and you really want BHP in your portfolio, I mean, be patient.